2020 is shaping up to be a complete garbage year. It started off with the coronavirus, and then we had the protests and riots around police brutality. It's also an election year, which means that we're probably going to see a lot more doubling down of the identity politics in entertainment. It started to go away. I feel like we were making progress, but I get the feeling because of the state of the world, we're going to see a lot more things get injected in, a lot more race and gender swapping, and a lot more, I guess, progressive stories going forward that people simply just don't want. So it looks like we still have a few more years of this channel being successful. So they want to make Captain Kirk no longer straight. Yay. From bounding into comics, rumor, Star Trek Strange New Worlds to change Captain Kirk's sexuality. You want to know what my initial reaction is to something like that?
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Well, looks like this video is not going to be monetized. Welcome back, Pixel Nation Comics Division here. How the hell are you, folks? It's been a while. It's been a while since I've showed my ugly mug around these parts. And I also want to say thank you for the feedback I got on the previous video. I was just kind of doing, some experiments, trying stuff out. And I appreciate to hear that you guys prefer to see me and hear me in person rather than just like reading stuff. And I understand that some people just go and listen to things in the background. So that just kind of makes things difficult. Before we go and jump into tonight's topic and the articles I want to talk about, I just want to say thank you to all of you who have recently subscribed, found my channel, donated through super chats. I just want to show some appreciation for you fine folks who go and support this channel. I do appreciate it. Also, I want to thank some people who sent me some stuff to my P.O. box. The first thing we have here is the Herwenberg comic. It was also accompanied by some promo material and a USB drive, USB thumb drive. I have not plugged it in my computer yet. I haven't gone and checked it out. Mainly because I'm kind of paranoid about stuff like that. I need to make sure that my virus software is up to date. Not that there's gonna be anything on there, but like I said, I work in IT, I'm fucking paranoid. Anyway, I just want to say thank you for that. Also, I want to thank Rick. And Rick, I did not get permission to use your name, so I'm just going to copy your name. Convergence Colony, which is an anthology book, science fiction stuff. I appreciate it. It's pretty cool. It's the first edition, and I'm looking forward to checking it out. And thank God you sent a digital copy, because odds are I'll be reading it from my iPad at night when I go to bed. Which reminds me, you sent me a letter, and I don't have it on my desk, so through the magic of editing, hello guy who can't spell comics. Yes, that is indeed me. Your comments on Friday Night Tights anchors the show in normalcy, so keep it coming. As for the dogs barking when the pizza shows up, no complaints here. It's not always pizza, by the way, just thought I'd tell you. We enclose a novel you might enjoy. But you should know that the original printed version is a flawed limited first edition, the result of contracting the lowest bidder for proofreading. Better to bag it for posterity and read the digital version. The next page provides some of the details about the revised novel as a PDF file on the CDR. We hope you enjoy our stories. If not, then at least the dog will have something to chew on. Thank you very much, Rick. I do appreciate it. Anyway, let's go and jump into this article about Captain Kirk being bi. A new rumor details that Alex Kurtzman and Viacom CBS will retcon the sexuality of Captain James T. Kirk in their newly announced Star Trek Strange New Worlds show.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you!
Star Trek recently announced Star Trek Strange New Worlds in May, indicating it would be a spin-off of Star Trek Discovery, focused on the adventures of Ensign Mount's Captain Christopher Pike, Rebecca Romijn's Number 1, and Ethan Peck's Spock. First off, folks, I want to say, take all this with a huge fucking grain of salt. There's no evidence yet that the show is actually in production. There's been, I guess, like a few other shows that were supposed to be spin-offs of Discovery. I think it's like the Section 31 show. I don't know what the fuck it's actually called because I don't care. But that seems to have like, oh yeah, it's in production, and we've never seen anything about it. Also, Star Trek Discovery Season 3 is probably going to be the last season because they tore down the sets. Maybe. I guess we'll see. But it's a good possibility that they're just blowing smoke up our ass with the whole Strange New World thing and, Kirk being gay. So there's that. The series is expected to follow Pike and his comrades in the decades before he boards the USS Enterprise. Writer Akiva Goldsman details the show will combine episodic and serialized storytelling and will be going back to classic Trek values, if you can believe that. He explained, "We're going to try and harken back to some classic Trek values to be optimistic and be more episodic." Now, I feel like I've heard this all before. I think it was, Season 2 of Discovery? And then also Season 1 of Picard. So why would we fucking believe you now? This is bullshit. It's going to be second verse, same as the first. He went on to explain how the show will embrace episodic storytelling. Obviously, we'll be taking advantage of serialized nature of the characters and story building, but I think our plots will be more close-ended than you've seen in either Discovery or Picard, he elaborated. I imagine it closer to the original series than DS9. I'm not really sure what Akiva Goldsman is insinuating, but let's get something straight. DS9 is Star Trek. Yes, it deals with some darker topics than some of the other Trek series. But seriously, dude, if you're comparing Discovery and Picard to DS9, you can go and get fucked. While Goldman indicated the show would embrace more classic Trek values, a new rumor details Goldman and company are tossing around the idea of including James T. Kirk in the show as well as making him bisexual.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck.
The rumor comes from scooper Daniel Richmond, who wrote on Twitter, "Heard they are toying with the idea of making Kirk bi in the new series."
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
If Goldman and company do intend to pursue this, it wouldn't be too surprising in following Star Trek's retconning of Sulu into a gay man in director James Lin and writer Simon Pegg's Star Trek Beyond film. Sulu is shown in a relationship with another man and having a daughter. Something that even the actor of Sulu, George Takei, had a problem with, and he is a gay man. Yes, they are going and retconning this character. And Pegg will go and defend that decision by saying that they didn't want to go and introduce a character and just make them gay, because that would be pandering, right? And anyway, we'll get to his statements in a moment. But what it comes down to, the argument that he uses about making Solo gay, you could have done the exact same thing for a new character and just introduce him and have him show up with his husband, or if it's a lesbian, her wife, and treat it as if it was normal and no big deal. But no, you went and you retconned a character because the actor who portrayed him was gay. I love you, Simon Pegg, but go fuck yourself! Simon Pegg explained the decision on SiriusXM Radio. He stated, "And that was us as well. Why don't we change his sexual orientation because that would be good to do with a character we already know? No. Absolutely fucking not. Just go and create a new character, just have them be gay and make them a normal person. That's all you have to fucking do. I've seen this too many freaking times in entertainment. They did this to Iceman, where Jean Grey made him gay, despite the fact that he had a long history of not being gay. So they made him closeted, and this is the exact same shit that they did to Sulu. He's already prejudged. Introducing a character because of their sexuality felt a little bit too pandering. No, this is an easy fix, dude. All you have to do is set it up like what you did with Sulu. They show up with their significant other, They just happen to be gay, you treat them like a normal person, life moves on. But it gets worse, folks, because there's another article we're going to be talking about. They're introducing Wolverine to the MCU, and guess what? The rumor mill is saying that he's going to be gay. New rumors hit that the MCU may introduce a gay Wolverine. So, because this is a rumor, folks, we have to take it with a huge grain of salt. But here's the thing, it's 2020, and we all know that these progressive creatives, they want to go and force their agenda through. They're going to be taking advantage of the chaos of the world and the demand for representation, the tearing down statues, the demand for change of our world, and they're going to go and force through their progressive political agendas into our escapist entertainment. Yay, 2020. You can't end soon enough. But I'm also concerned that 2021 is going to be just as shitty, if not more. Anyway, off the heels of a new rumor that Marvel Studios was looking to bring Hercules into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, another rumor details that they might introduce a gay Wolverine. Here's the thing, there are a lot of gay characters in the Marvel Universe, specifically in the 616 universe, so why do we need to make Wolverine gay when we can go and pick one of these characters and try and get people to be interested in one of them instead of making Wolverine gay? Why do they want to do this? Well, the answer is simple. They want to take something away from straight people. They want to go and dismantle the straight heteronormative narrative. And the easiest way of doing that is by taking a previously straight character and then going and making them gay, rather than taking a pre-existing gay character who is popular and putting them into the MCU. Scooper Daniel Richmond teased that Marvel Studios might introduce a gay Wolverine into the MCU when he shared a panel from the Extreme X-Men. And it has to be pointed out that this version of Wolverine took place in an alternate universe, and yes, he was gay, or bisexual at least, because I think he had both relationships with women as well as men, and he previously did have a relationship with Hercules. But again, this is an alternate universe, and it's not the main 616 Wolverine. He's always been straight. And then we get to this article from comicbook.com. Disney should remake the Star Wars original trilogy movies. Now, this is a topic I want to dive into a little bit more deeply, but not in this video. Maybe we'll talk about it in a live stream. If not, I'll just make a separate video around it. But as you can see, folks, the past is problematic and it needs to be erased. You know, it's not a snapshot for the point in time of, you know, where we were in human history. No, it has to be erased because of all the injustices that have taken place in the world. And I get it. History is messy. People do terrible things, but we as a species have evolved over the years and our culture has progressed to be better than it was just merely 60 years ago. But we're seeing something really interesting going on in our society right now where they want to go and erase everything that is viewed as being problematic. I mean, seriously, it really is very Orwellian that people are trying to go and erase the nastiness, the despicable parts of our history. I get it. Bad things happen to people that they didn't deserve. But that's not a reason to go and erase everything. We need to use these as an opportunity to learn from the past to make sure that we don't repeat those fucking mistakes. All right, folks, that's all I got for tonight. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think that they're really going to make Captain Kirk gay and introduce a gay Wolverine into the MCU? I think they are. I think that this is something that they're going to do because the past is problematic and it has to be erased. And that is a very unfortunate thing. We certainly do live in interesting times. I'll catch you next time, folks. Holy shit, you made it all the way to the end of the video. Well, since you're here, you might as well do me a small favor. If you're new to the channel, go and click that subscribe button, bash that bell for notifications, make sure to like the video if you enjoyed the content, and also share it on social media. I even have a P.O. box in case you want to go and send me fan mail. I never get any, so you could actually be the first one. I'd like to give a huge shout out to all my Subscribe Star supporters. Without you, I would probably still be doing this. But in all seriousness, thank you very much, and I do appreciate the support. And I want to give a huge shout out to Toxic Manflu for joining the well hello there big spender tier, as well as Satakur 7th Legion for joining the Take My Money Damn It tier. You guys are awesome.